back to Discussion America with me, Anthony Fioranelli, your host. I know it's been a while that I've put on a show, but I wanted to wait till well after the elections and well after January 6th and well after, everything. I also wanted to wait until after March 4th because that was supposed to be the magic date where if anything was going to happen, it was going to be March 4th. Because that was the old date where the inauguration used to happen until 1933 when it was changed into January. Well, there's a lot of conspiracy theories going on about how Trump is still the president and Biden, it was all a hoax, that he was, that it's an actor that's the actual president making believe, and it's a studio in Hollywood that's a mock-up of the actual Oval Office, and nothing is what appears to be, and the military is running the country, and yada 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 yada. There's a master plan. There's God's plan, and everything is going to be for the better, and Trump is actually going to walk on stage and is going to have a live showing of military tribunals, and hundreds of people are being arrested and executed for crimes against the state, for child abuse and child murder and oh God, I can go on and on and on about it. Now, don't get me wrong. Is some of this possible? I guess. I don't know. And the reason why I don't know is because everybody that's talking about this stuff, they keep talking about, we have evidence, we have indisputable evidence that Obama was running a human trafficking, a child trafficking ring, and they were being stored in cages well underneath the White House and the State Department and the House of Representatives or wherever. We have video. We have video of Hillary Clinton and Uma raping a young girl and then killing her and eating her. Show me. Show me something. Show me anything. Show me anything. Show me somebody being carted off in handcuffs. Where are all these arrests? Where is a warrant, a legitimate warrant with somebody's name on it? Where is somebody actually behind bars? There's supposedly arrests happening all over the world. Foreign dignitaries, foreign leaders. Hell, there were supposed to be executions already. And you mean to tell me that everything's being held hush-hush? Nobody's to know about it until they're ready to make this huge announcement, and Trump is going to walk on stage and say, "People, I am still your president. Have faith. Life, as you know, is going to change, and everything is going to be wonderful. And these people, these Satan-worshipping people, baby-eating people, are going to pay the ultimate price for this." Okay. I'd love nothing better. I would love nothing better than for the evil people of the world to pay the ultimate price with their lives, if that in fact is what they're doing. Hang them. Great, shoot them in the head. I don't care. Get rid of them. They don't deserve to be on the earth. Or better yet, let them live. Let them live chained to a wall in squalor, in their own feces, until they die of a natural cause. That's worse than killing them right away. Why let them go sufferless? Why let them die fast? Let them suffer. I'm Italian. That's our way. I just let them suffer. Hey. I am one of show me the money. Show it to me. Give me any kind of proof. But every one of these people that talk about it's God's plan, He's in charge, I have sources, my sources are indisputable. My sources tell me, my sources showed me pictures. My sources showed me video of this heinous act, of these cages with humans being chained up inside, starving, sick, babies, children. People have been in prison for 40, 30 years. Malnutrition. I've seen it. And then one guy gets up and he says, soldiers, they've seen this, they were puking, they were sick, they were crying inconsolably, they kept crying, nobody could stop them. And then they cut to a couple of pictures of soldiers crying, tight pictures of soldiers crying. Meanwhile, these are soldiers that you see every day in the news, at the airport, when they come home, when they're leaving, they're seeing their families for the first time, and they do a cutaway of a soldier crying because he's so happy to see his family, or he's so sad that he's leaving to go away for another 6 months. Those were the soldiers that they were showing. But meanwhile, not the real supposed soldiers that witnessed these heinous acts. But every one of these people, either on their YouTube or BitChute or Rumble or whatever, there's that little thing saying, please donate. Donate this, donate how much money you can, donate what you can. I'm an independent. I can use the money to keep going if you want these reports. If you could, but these reports are the same every time. They bring somebody else on every time. Oh yes, oh my God, oh yes, so you had to see what I saw. My source just gave me indisputable evidence from a whistleblower. That's the latest one. There's this whistleblower from the Middle East that has indisputable evidence that Obama, Hillary, Biden, and Brennan orchestrated the attack, the murder of SEAL Team 6, because that whole fiasco with Osama bin Laden was fake. See, that's a new one now. Osama bin Laden's killing was fake. That Iran was in on it, and the reason why Obama paid $152 billion to Iran was a bribery payoff. Not a bribery payoff, I'm sorry, was, what's the other word? Oh, geez. Well, it got paid off because the blackmail payoff, excuse me, it was a blackmail payoff because, see, Iran was holding Osama bin Laden, and they were supposed to deliver him to that compound, but instead they delivered a double. So when SEAL Team 6 went in and blew this guy away, oh geez, it was a double. So that's supposedly why they dumped him in the sea instead of burying a Muslim like they should with his head facing to the west. Everybody knows that. A Muslim, when he dies, his head got to face to the west. Regardless if he was a bad guy, good guy, yeah, face the guy to the west. But yeah, he's just dead. What's the difference? So now, Iran supposedly said, listen, either you pay us $152 billion, or we're going to let the world know that you lied to them. So Obama supposedly paid the $152 billion. You know, and supposedly this guy had given them reams of evidence and terabytes of hard drive of all kinds of evidence, and supposedly they gave it to some congressperson, or maybe a woman, I think, a congresswoman, that's going to expose them. Not for nothing. If I had that kind of explosive evidence the first thing I would do is make a copy of it all and hide it someplace. So, God forbid anybody would want to whack me because I had the evidence, it would get out immediately. Second of all, why would I give it to a congresswoman? What I would do, I would just go right to AP, I would go right to Reuters, I would go right to somebody and say, I'm holding this here right now, put it on air. Right now. I would go to Al Jazeera's, put it on, right now, right on air. While I'm standing here, put me on live, right now. Breaking story, proof positive, right here, put me on air. Expose them immediately. And then give them the copied proof. Because you got the original. What do you care if you give them the copies? You got the original. Now it's out. They can't do a cover-up, can they? You give it to a government official? You don't think that, hey, I got some stuff here, either pay me or I'm gonna let it out. Cover it up, cover it up. Here's a couple of $1,000,000, cover it up. Come on. And then you'll never see the evidence. Oh, I don't know what happened. Oh, we used to have it. I don't know what happened now. Now you have Charlie Wood. He seems like a wonderful guy. He seems like a trustworthy guy. He always has a source. My source tells me, I can't tell you, but I can't tell you exactly, but this is what's going to happen. This is God's plan. There's no timetable here. God doesn't have a timetable. God doesn't give us dates. But this is the plan. And we're going to have a new money system. We're going to have a new way of life. All these people are arrested. Other people are executed. It's happening. It's happening now. You just don't know about it because they got doubles. They got triples. They got quadruples. They got everything. But you don't see anything. Why is it that nobody comes up with some kind of evidence? Anything. A picture of one of these actors in cuffs. Who cares if it's an actor? You don't want to show a politician or a world leader? Fine. Show me an actor. It's supposed to be hundreds of them are in jail or hundreds of them were already executed. Show me. They're all part of this human trafficking and baby killing and eating thing. This satanic thing. Show me. Show me somebody in cuffs. Show me one of these people hanging from a rope because they were executed. Show me. A lot of time has passed. I know by now if you've got the military or the CIA or the FBI involved, they all have to be rounded up by now. It's a small world. Not like anybody's hiding. Now you have Wednesday with Kat and Steve. Hey, Kat talks to God himself. Steve was talking to Kat. Today was Wednesday. Steve was talking to Kat. God told her, it's happening. God. Hey, God, what's happening? I'm a believer, all right? I might not be a practicing Catholic, but I believe in Lord Jesus Christ. If somebody slaps me, though, I'm not going to turn my cheek. I'm going to slap him pretty hard back and put him down and make sure that the threat is eliminated. But I believe in Jesus Christ our Lord. But, and I pray and I ask for help when I need, and when I don't need, I ask for my family. I ask to keep everybody safe and sound and healthy. But, God's never answered back and said, Anthony, que sarich. You never did that to me. I don't know. Has he ever done that to you? But I guess Kat has a special pipeline to God that she's the conduit to the rest of us peons that don't have a pipeline to God himself. So I guess we're supposed to believe that and donate to their YouTube channel. Oh, you got to donate so they can stay independent. Same thing with Charlie Wood. Oh, you can see all his videos for free. But go visit his his website and go check out his sponsors. He don't make any money. He don't get any kickbacks from the sponsors. And I'm not overweight. But that's another story in itself. Now we have Nicholas. I'm going to butcher his name. I know I'm going to butcher this guy's name. I'm sorry if I butcher your name when you see this. Nicholas Vienne, whatever. Nicholas. Hey, Nick, how you doing? He has somebody else on today, and again, they're talking about God. They're talking about God's plan. They're talking about arrests. They're talking about executions, and it's all happening now, and all the world is going to be amazed when all this comes to light, when the tribunals hit, and donate, 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 donate. You know, then you have Julian Assange on Hannity, also talking about the baby eaters, the Satan worshippers, and he's got the proof. Everybody's got the proof. Everybody's got the proof. Show me the proof. I want to see the proof. I want to see the proof. But you're not going to see the proof unless it's manufactured. Okay? Especially how widespread and large this is supposed to be. I pray to God that they're all wrong. I would hate to see that thousands and thousands of kids have met their end because of people like them that would rape them, torture them, make them go through all that kind of pain, and then eat them. I find that disgusting. I find that heinous. I would like to be in the room. I would like to be part of the punishment team for them. I would get great joy in being part of the punishment team if this is true. God grant me that wish, because I would love to torture every single one of them and bring them a slow death. If it is true. I would like to be the instrument of God's wrath. If it is true. But I don't think it is. So everybody, please hear me. Joe Biden is your president. I said it. I hate it. He stole it. He didn't earn it. The Democratic Party stole the election for Joe Biden because, in my opinion, he's too stupid or sick to do it on his own. Mark my words, within a few months, before he is out, whatever, he's going to be deemed incapable of being the president. He's out, Harris is in. That's my prediction, that's my opinion. It was never about Joe Biden ever being president. Never. They wanted a progressive in there. They knew legitimately, even legitimately they couldn't get Biden in there, but they got him in there because they can explain it away. But legitimately, they could have never explained away a progressive, far-left, socialist being voted in by the American people. They needed a front man. Biden was it. They pushed everybody aside and made him the nominee to go against Trump, knowing full well that he was going to be a puppet and eventually out, and whoever his running mate was going to be a progressive, socialist Democrat, and let's just call it what it is, a socialist, and going to take over the presidency once they got him out. The writing is on the wall. If you didn't see that, then I'm sorry. Then you're either blind or stupid, one of the two. But that's the deal with that. They stole it. I'm not happy about it. I know you're not happy about it. But the reality of it is, this is what we're stuck with. Now, the next question is, why didn't Trump do more with regard to the executive order that he signed in 2018 with regard to foreign agencies involving themselves in our election, which he could have? Because he's a smart man. And I'm going to tell you why. First of all, let me qualify again who I am. I've been a photojournalist for better than 28 years. All right? And what that has given me is an astute knowledge of observation. I'm a photographer, but I'm a photographer and a cameraman that has to learn how to observe the large picture. I have to look at the scene, know where I have to be, know where I have to be next, even if it's not on that scene, but move and go someplace else. So I have to be aware of the situation. I have to be aware of moving parts. I have to be aware of proximity. So if you look at this whole thing logically, our nation is divided horribly. President Trump is fully aware of that. If he would have went after Biden that way, with the executive order and just threw everybody in jail who was involved, which would have been half of the Democratic Party, all the TV stations, newspapers, all high tech, all the social media guys, everybody would have got sucked up in this thing. It would have been a total disaster, because then it would have been reported, Trump takes over America. He becomes a dictator. Everybody, I mean, it would have been a disaster. It would have been a disaster for history. And we still would have been divided between Republicans and Democrats. He wouldn't have got the support of none of the Democrats whatsoever. But there's another key thing that everybody seems to be missing. If you think for 1 minute that all 75 million votes legitimately that were allowed to be counted were just Republican, you're sadly mistaken. Democratic Party primarily is middle ground, moderate. There's only a small fraction of them that are far left socialist Democrat. I really, really believe it's going to come out in the future that once this election is analyzed, you're going to find that a lot of the votes swung from Democrat to Republican to vote for Trump. Because I also guarantee you this, when everything is all said and done, all the investigations are done, with the votes that were stolen from Trump and given to Biden, a lot more than 75 million votes were there. I would say more likely between 85 and 100, Democratic voters. I'm looking at your Latinos. I'm looking at your Hispanic. I'm looking at your black vote. I'm looking at your Asian vote. A lot of those votes went from Democrat to Republican, and that's a nice sized chunk. Then you add on the working class union guys. You got the working class union guys. Those guys, I guarantee you, a lot of them flipped over to Trump. Especially the fact that that Biden was flipping back and forth with regard to fracking. And he's attacking in different ways the energy states. That meant jobs. That meant jobs, people. And who's in charge of jobs but union workers? And you got to keep this stuff in mind. So when you put all of that together, the votes that he got Democrat votes as well as Republican votes. It wasn't just straight Republicans that got woken up and said, okay, I'm going to go vote now. No. It was across the board. He convinced not just the Republicans to get out and vote, but all Americans across the board to get out and vote. And they saw Biden. They saw he didn't move out of his house. He didn't get out of his basement. They saw that when they showed him on the news that was a handful of people at his rallies. They knew that this guy wasn't for them. They knew Trump was the real deal. They saw the support that this man had from Americans all over the country. And if they were smart, get on a bandwagon, because this guy is the real deal. That's why I say what I say. Now, let's get back to the reality of life. Trump is not your president now. Biden is. Not all is lost. If you look at what Biden is doing, Biden is one executive order after another. What is he up to, 50 now? I lost count. I don't even know. That's not how you run a presidency. So what that tells me is that he doesn't have the support of his party. So he can't get it done by law. He doesn't have the Congress putting bills forward that's going to get passed in the Congress, sent over to the Senate, get passed there for his signature. That's not happening. Therefore, he's just pushing it all down your throat with executive orders that the next president can undo everything he just did. Think about that for a minute. He has no support. So he's almost like a lame duck president, and they got both the House and the Senate. Think about that. What he's doing to the American people with regard to jobs, the economy, our kids not going to school, not forcing that down their throats with this virus crap that's going on. If we don't take back the House and the Senate, this whole country is asleep. Nobody knows what the hell's going on. And they deserve everything they get. That's what Trump is pushing. If you listen to the speech of CPAC, that's what he's pushing. He's not saying, I'm coming back in a week. I'll be seeing 2 weeks. I'll straighten it all out and I get back in a couple weeks. He's not saying that. He's not saying, get ready, we're going down. Everything's going down a couple weeks. No, he's not saying that. He's not giving anybody false hope with regard to that. He's saying, we are going to take this back. Our movement is not over. We just got started. We are going to make this country the best country that it's ever been and better than it ever was. That's what he's saying. And he's giving you a roadmap to how to do that. So I'm begging you people, I'm begging you, stop this already. Focus on the future, on what we have to do as Americans. We have the power locally and in our state to push back on every stupid law this man is putting down on his executive orders. Because we can tell our state, our state representatives and our local representatives, we don't want this. Either you push back on what this idiot is trying to shove down our throats, or guess what? You're out next election. Represent us the way we want to be represented. We the people, damn it. You work for us. It's not that we work for you or we got to do what you say. You represent us. Us. We're your boss. We have to now shove that down their throats. They have to understand that. We are not a democracy. Look the 2 words up. We are a republic. Look them up. Know the difference. We are a republic. We are not a democracy. We are not ruled by the amount of people who votes more than the other guy. We are ruled by laws. We have laws. We are ruled by them. Look up the difference. Look up the words. We are a republic, not a democracy. Know what you are. Know your rights. We do not fall under the corporate law of D.C. Understand that. The United States of America, or for America, whichever the corporate name is under, we as Americans are not under their rule, because it's only for their territory, which is DC. DC only. So he's in DC. We can fight and argue anything he throws at us on a state level. That is the law under our Constitution. Notice, we can battle this guy. Don't be afraid to. That's that. So, where do we do? Where do we go? First of all, 2022 is coming up. If you have a rhino in your legislature, if you have a rhino as a senator or as a congressman or a woman, get them out. By all means, find somebody to run against them, even if it's the same party. If you have a Republican rhino as your congressman or your senator, get him the hell out. Find somebody to go against them. Find somebody that has the same values as Trump does, the same type of values and the same type of wants and desires that the MAGA movement has. We have to start building a coalition of same-minded people. So when Trump does run for 2024, which I'm sure he will, and he does get in office this time, because there's not going to be any shenanigans, we'll be looking for it. He gets in office now, we'll have a coalition of congressmen and senators that can get his agenda, and that's our agenda as American people, through, and we can pass them as laws. Voter reform, protection for our jobs, protection for our economies. Everything can get done right and done by law, not just executive orders this time. Comprehensive health care, infrastructure will get done. Everything will get done the way it's supposed to get done, when it should have got done the first time out. But because of those rhinos that were in office when he first got elected in the Congress and in the Senate, nothing got done by law because they didn't like him either. That's why those executive orders were signed. So focus on getting people in office that are going to get it done. And let's get prepared for when he does run again in 2024. But first, get people in office on your local level, on your state level, and get them in the government level, the federal government level, your senators and your congressmen. That's going to push against this here. Let's drain that damn swamp. Let's get it done now. We have to stop with this conspiracy stuff and start focusing on reality. If this conspiracy stuff pans out, God bless. Let's get them. Let's go. Let's get it done. But until somebody shows me evidence on this here, I need to look forward. I need to live my life, and you need to live your life. When somebody shows me the evidence and things start changing, and I see people going to jail, and I see people getting executed, then I say, thumbs up, let's go for it. But until that time comes, I need to worry about where this country is going to go. And there is no time to waste. Democrats are smart. They're tricky. They're united. They're united. The only difference between the Democrats and us is the fact that they have crappy policies that most of America don't stand for. They have crappy policies. If they had good policies, they would be in constant control because they stick together. The Republican Party's all over the damn place. That's what we're doing now. We're trying to organize and solidify who we are. I hope I got my message across today. I hope you understood what I said. I'm not trying to dash your dreams on killing Satan and his followers. If there are Satan worshipers And if they are stealing our kids and babies and torturing them and eating them, then they need to be dealt with, and I hope they are. But again, hearsay is not evidence. Hearsay is not proof. I want proof. I'm done with hearsay. I want proof. Show me the money. Show me somebody in chains. Show me somebody being arrested. Show me somebody swinging from a yard arm. Show me something. Show me something, damn it. Show me something. Bring me home. But until then, let's get together. Let's get together. Get people up there that are going to run for office that are on the same page as we are, as Trump is. That is with Trump policy, with mega policy. That's the only way forward. That's the only way of salvation. Let's get back to energy independence. Oil independence. For Christ's sake, our gas is going up. Everything's going to go up. Start digging deep into your pockets. And every Democrat that you know, if whoever's watching this video, I beg you to please share it. Share it to Democrats. Share it to everybody. Share it. Even if a Democrat watches 5 seconds, 5 minutes of this thing, share it. I want you to share it to everybody you can. Not because I want everybody to see me talk. Got nothing to do with me. It's got to do with the point. We are getting screwed left and right with the policies of the Biden administration. Just in censorship alone, or to scare the hell out of every American alive. Just the censorship alone should scare the crap out of every American alive. And the killing of our First Amendment rights. That in itself, I won't even touch the Second Amendment right now, but the First Amendment and our censorship should scare the crap out of every American alive. Anybody that can understand my words, it could be a kid, teenager, adult, an old person, you ought to be scared to death. Because without being able to communicate with one another, we can't gather. We can't protect ourselves against the tyranny that is facing us. Keep that in mind. Well, I think I said enough for this show. I probably said too much for this show. But in any case, listen. Have yourselves a wonderful week. This is Anthony Fioranelli from Discussion America saying good night. And hope to see you again soon. If you like the show, you don't like the show, you hate me, you love me, whatever, please leave a comment. Please hit the subscribe button and please ring that bell in case I put up another show. I don't know if I'm going to do one every week, but I want to do so. I'm going to try to get a few out as I feel necessary. So you need to, if you like what I say, hit the bell. This way you'll get notified when I put a video up. And I'll be like the others, donate. Oh man, I'm just messing with you. But in any case, guys, God bless you. And God bless America. But we got to stay strong. And we got to stay together. Because that's how the Democrats do it, by sticking together. So God bless you all.